What's going on, everyone? Slowbosh here. Wanted to bring a video of the PTR today. They dropped some pretty juicy endgame stuff for us all to sink our teeth into for a little while. We'll see how it kind of turns out. This is the first rendition of it, so this is like the day that the patch went live for 2.5 on PTR. So they introduced kind of a new endgame farming zone that will rotate through a list of different zones. I don't have that list on screen or anything like that, but it's in the patch notes of the areas it could be, but they're all kind of like off the beaten path areas. Some of them are very farmable areas for the barbarian, like Travancore, things of that nature. So anyways, as you go into a game, in your chat window it'll tell you what zone is like got trimmers and is terrorized, and then as you go into those areas, depending on if you're normal, nightmare, or hell, it scales the enemy levels to be like +2 of your level, and then depending on if it's like unique or champion, they're even like +3 or +5 higher than your level. So this should help out the in-game grind, and it will turn a lot of areas and guys that were never like good for farming because their treasure class, or their enemy level was not high enough to drop some of the like really good items in the game. It will now turn them on to being level 85 areas or even higher technically. So as you get like above a certain threshold of like levels, your experience gain really tapers off, so that the in-game grind from like 96 to 99 or even really 93 on is much slower than the grind to 93, just because you get like a penalty for what the guys return experience wise. So this is a way of enabling you to just farm and also level up organically without having to do like level 99 guys like Diablo, Bale, Nilithak, places like that over and over and over again, just to get little increments of experience. So I think this is a pretty cool change. It really doesn't feel that different. I've kind of dicked around in here. I have melded a bunch of different items and stuff together and respected this barbarian a few times. This is supposed to be a Zerk Barb. I took a bunch of shit off of him and some other people and turned him into a Whirlwind Barb with Find Item, just because I wanted to see what kind of stuff I could get. So that's what I'm going to do just for a little while in this video, just so you can kind of see the zone switch around and stuff like that. When I first started playing, it was in the Glacial Trail. I think right now it's in Lower Kuros, so that means all the enemies in that area are going to be at least 85, but they'll actually be much higher than 85 because the champions and stuff will be +3, and then the uniques in that area will be +5. So I'll be always fighting guys that are at my character level or higher. So it did give me quite a bit of experience just in the few runs that I did. So we're going to hop in there so you can kind of see the queues and everything, but this is how you enable it. When you're creating a game, you can click on or off if you want like terrorized zones in there. So honestly, the difficulty, they might do a little bit more damage. They may have a little bit more health, but like maybe this is just how overpowered Grief is, but it didn't feel any slower to me when I was doing Whirlwinds than just your normal trash mobs that you just spin to win through. So I would highly recommend, if this becomes a thing and they don't tune it any differently, always keep this on. Maybe not when you're leveling, but once you get geared out, this is something I would just enable it right away. So let's just go in on game one. You can kind of see what the chat message looks like in the bottom left, and then also, so it says Corrupted Tremor, Strike, Lower Kuros. Cool. So we are going to go to Lower Kuros, and then when you go to Lower Kuros, there's like a little sound and shows you stuff on the screen that it's terrorized, and then the guys have like a little extra emblem next to their health bar. So you saw the purple writing. You can see up here it says Terrorized 87, so that means all the guys in this area are at least 2 levels higher than my character, which is cool because that makes them all able to drop item level 85 drops. So this is pretty sick. Go ahead and turn all this on. I'm mostly just looking for the elite packs, but I will hit the super chest and things of that nature. So this isn't even really optimal gear, but I did steal a Grief from this guy and then put it in the shared stash and then got another one. Stole the Enigma from the hammered in. Obviously, Shaco is not ideal for a Whirlwind character, but it's definitely not bad. Stole the Marrows off of somebody else. Stole 2 Stone of Jordans because I think they give you a Ravenfrost, which gives you the cannot be frozen, but it also shatters bodies for horking. That's like a cardinal sin. The Zealer had the Laying of Hands, so I stole those. This is like an absolute must-have for Whirlwind Barbs, and I think one of the other melee characters, maybe the Zealer also had the Gore Riders. This makes your Whirlwinds incredible. Gold Wrap is whatever. I think there was a Laying of the Hands. Oh no, I'm sorry. There was a String of Ears, and there was also a Arachnid's Mesh on some of the guys that you could pick. But honestly, this is not bad at all. So yeah, the gear is Alibaba's with Ists on the weapon swap for extra horking ability, but we're nice and slow. I think the Merce, I put a Fortitude on them. The rest is just Insight and G-Face, so nothing special here. We're just kind of kicking it, trying some of these super chests while we're in LK. There's an elite pack. Like I really didn't think that was much harder. Now, I do absolutely need to get a dual leech ring, because right now my mana is my biggest problem. I mean my health and mana. I guess now that I get insight on this guy, my mana should be okay, but definitely need some sources of leech. That's why Aerate's Face is so good too.
I am overburdened.
See the little extra Diablo symbol by their name? I don't know if you could catch that fast, but they have like this little Diablo skull on the left and right of their health bar and in their name.
It's locked.
Kind of a fun mix-up, honestly. Makes you farm a bunch of areas. Some of them will be really good, like people will get big old stiffies when it goes to certain areas, because areas in Act 3, like Flare Jungle, have incredible mob density, and if every one of those guys is level 87 plus, like, you're going to be finding some crazy shit. There's the Diablo symbol. You see it above his name. It's like Diablo's little head. We'll go over the... Actually, I don't even know. It doesn't matter. what the skills are. But in case you want to know, I've done this 1,000 times on my other guy, on my actual guy, I should say. So basically, just 1 point all the way down to Berserk, Max Whirlwind, Max Blade, 1 point Wonders, and these 4. I did 1 point all the way down to Battle Command, and then I did 1 point all the way down to Grimoire, came back and maxed Find Potion, and then I split 11 and 11 between Battle Orders and Find Items. So now I'm rocking 71 chance of that, and I also got almost double everything else. So it is a pretty good blend. And then also we got the Grimoire, which is doing the 120% enhanced damage for them real tough guys. Grimoire, so fucking good now. Everyone's sleeping on it. So they haven't introduced any kind of skill balancing or changes yet. I think they just wanted to really keep the meta the same and see how the end game grinding stuff was going to work before they do any of that. So hopefully there's still some notes on like what skills they're going to tweak or balance coming soon, and maybe some new rune words, maybe some like unique balancing. That'd be cool. But yeah, this is kind of fun. It definitely brings you to some areas you would never farm before, and there are some areas that are going to be really bad for certain elemental characters. So it'll kind of suck if, like, you know, you're a fireball source or something like that, and then the terrorized area is like tons of fire immunes, things of that nature. So it kind of benefits the few characters that kind of have like a hybrid damage scheme kind of going on. So anyways, once you clear the area for the 1 hour on like the server side, it counts. It will actually say like that it's leaving the area soon, and then like as you go into the new game, it will like tell you where it is again after it rotates. So it's like on a big randomizer rotation. So once the hour's up on the server, it will change dynamically the next time you go into the game where the terrorized zone will be. So it's pretty cool. Definitely got a lot of experience there. I mean, truthfully, that was just one lower cross run. I got like that much at 85. It's kind of stupid because lower cross mob density is atrocious. Be real pissed if it drops like a Griffins or something in here on PTR. I've heard people say that. Never find it on BattleNet, but you get in here and it's all of a sudden. There's an elite. Yeah, I really don't feel like they're much harder, to be honest. Maybe they hit a little bit harder, but if your guy's doing pretty good in the end game anyways, I don't think this is much of a difficulty jump. It's not like scary or anything. Not even like remotely scary. At least for a barbarian. I don't know how the other classes are faring. Like I said, the resistances and shit would make it kind of difficult, but there aren't a lot of physical immunes, and if there are physical immunes, they're usually not immune to magic.
It's locked.
So we have a way of handling both. Nothing. Guess it's just not gonna let me click there. Alright. Yeah, lower cross mob density is real bad. Ugh. Hey. This guy should be pretty good experience. Gotta love it. Alright. So we'll just run a couple of these just so you kind of get the gist of it. Hopefully I can see a rotation on this video, but it may just be in lower cross for the whole time. Which is whatever, but you just see whatever purple area it says down there. Go to that waypoint and you're in business. I definitely think I need to, if I could get a dual leech ring, that'd be sick. But those are kind of hard to come by. Actually, I don't even know where I'd gamble it. Let me drop some of this stuff off. Okay. Oh, and I stole the Pally Torch because it was 20 resist, and then I also stole, I think this is on the Assassin, the 16, 19, 10 Annie, which is fucking awesome. So that's way better than the Barbs, which was like a 13, 13 or something, 13, 16. So yeah, I just kind of scrounged around on the different pre-built characters and just took some stuff to make up this guy, but it's pretty solid, honestly. You don't need much, just griefs, really. Whatever, after that. I'm gonna try and get a leech ring. Damn. Okay. I was gonna say, I think I got pretty lucky with those first two right there. If I can find a dual leech though, that'd be where it stopped. But honestly, at this point, with having a Merce, this is looking like the best one ever. Some pretty solid cold and light, although we don't really need it. Life regen, attack rating is not bad. Okay, so that's it for our gold. %7 life. Attack rating, mana after each kill. I think I'll go with that one, to be real honest. I'll keep that Sajiz though. Just in case I made the wrong choice here. Perfect. Alright, so now we got some life leech. That's great. Let's get back in here. Unless it moved. It didn't move. Okay, so we're still here. Oh, I'm cross bazaar. That's why I was like, why did it not ding? There we go. Now we're in the right spot. That's what you like to see, man. I am curious what I'm getting the leech from. Mana leech? I'm getting mana after each kill. Maybe that's it? I don't know. They share the same symbol as... Ooh, nice. Those guys should be pretty tasty. Mana after kill and mana leech. Just do the spinning blue symbol like the health leech. I honestly don't even know. Never paid enough attention. Might as well check this. You never know. Yeah, it's not worth it.
I need a key.
Fuck. Yeah, lower crossed. Although it's really good because of the super chest. Overall, I mean, if you had no damage and you were just like fast or something, this is a great area because there's like no enemies here. You could just like hit all these chests and stuff. Just keep going about your business. But if you're trying to kill guys, like right now with the Terrorized zone, they're pretty spread out and there's not a lot of fluff in between.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Oh, I hate these guys that fly. Ooh. You know what's crazy is like, I guess technically if you got up to like level 90, shit, I don't know, 93, 93-ish, 92-ish, you basically are going to have guys that are +5 to the levels. So like these guys that I'm killing right now this is all an 87 zone, so like I think the champions are +3 to that. So these guys are level 90. And then the like uniques in here are +5, so that'd be like 92. So if you were already 92, that'd be 97 or 98. That's like, that turns every unique guy into basically like a horkable Nilithak. So like, think about the fucking Grand Charms and stuff you'll be able to find now. Like, Bale Grand Charms and Diablo Grand Charms.
I need a key.
They're going to lose a lot of significance because there's going to be so many guys that are going to be dropping level, like item level 98s. Grand Charms, like any Grand Charm you drop from any of the champion packs or whatever after like level 93 are just going to all be like 40 Charmer or 40 Lifers, you know what I mean? Like, kind of stupid. It's going to really shake up the meta. It's kind of cool though, because I guess they're really doing this so that you don't have to grind the same 3 people over and over and over again for high-end leveling, which is cool in my book, because I think I've only ever gotten a level like 98 guy before I got bored of doing just the same old Bale runs 90,000 times over.
I am overburdened.
Let's throw this in there, and I'm going to pick up this key real quick. Because I think... Where was the... Oh, hello. What? This dude's just elite pack sitting right here. I was going to say, where was that other flaming hut? Is it this way? It's down here. There it is. I knew I didn't hit one of these chests because it was locked. Anywho, that's the terrorized areas. So these areas basically will just always scale to a couple levels higher than whatever your character level are at, and as you get higher level, that's going to start getting really nutty for the item drops, like Grand Charms that are only rollable from Bale, Diablo, Nilithak. Those are all going to be 40 lifers if you kept rolling them. So like, there's going to be a lot more of that in the market. You're going to be able to find probably more Griffin's Eyes from like not just the pit or like level 85 areas. I know they made a lot of level 85 areas the last time. Like they just raised the item or like enemy level in the areas, which is cool, and it did open up like a lot of the end game, because like if you do split MF farming like with a bunch of other people, there was a lot more options for like decently quality areas of farming some of those guys. But I think this is ultimately their solution to the end game level grinding, because once you hit 90, it just literally comes to a screeching fucking halt on like leveling up, which sucks, because you may just want to like min-max your guy, or you need one more point to have an additional like utility skill or something like that, or like maybe you're almost perfect on all your synergies but you just can't get there. This would be cool. This is definitely cool. I mean, I'm sure the optimal route is still probably, actually I don't know anymore, maybe the fastest route to 99 will be through these terrorized zones with 8 people in the game. I mean, this is only single player, and I got 2 bars and like 3 lower cross runs, and there is literally no fucking guys here, so that's pretty incredible. I know I'm not, even 90 yet on this guy. He's 85, but still, could you imagine just like gang running this with like a high density area of guys, and every person you're killing with a whirlwind as you just go across the entire screen is like 87 plus. You're just gonna get so much damn experience.
I can't carry anymore.
It's gonna be nuts. So I'm excited. I think this is pretty cool change. I like that it's rotating, and I like that it'll bring people to different areas. All I can say is hopefully you play a class that can tank or deal with a lot of the different immunities out there. I know the sorceresses and stuff, maybe that may not be as appealing until you get affinity, but and obviously a barbarian physical damage it's not the best, but when you get grief and your barb's pretty set up, it's all a cakewalk, honestly. But same thing with Hammerdins. I'm sure they're just going to kick ass because there's not a lot of immunities. That's one of the things that someone was saying, and maybe they'll change it, but before it hits like ladder or the next season, is if they increase the enemy levels to higher levels, should they add additional immunities or modifiers that make the guys just abnormally hard? Like I know in Diablo 3, which I haven't played forever, they used to add additional modifiers to the uniques and champion packs in like the greater rifts, especially the higher they got. I mean, they increased their damage, their health pool, but then they'd also get like faster or have more immunities than normal. Kind of like if you went to like Uber Tristram, those like Venom Lord guys immune to fucking everything. So like maybe that'd be too much, but if you added additional immunities, maybe that'd make it more challenging. Not that I want it to be, because this would be smooth sailing to 90 if it was like this, but we'll see how they kind of tune it from here. But ultimately, I see almost no downside to this at all, unless it scales incredibly hard the more players that are in the game. It's really just like almost a walk in the park. Same as any other area. So like if you could grind like, I guess, Bale or Tristram on your own before this, I don't think it's going to make it any harder, truthfully. So we'll see where they go with it. But I wanted to check it out because it seemed like a cool idea, and I wanted to see how the rotation and stuff worked, and then see about how much experience I was getting. Oh, sweet. There's the sign I've been kind of waiting on. It says the tremors are starting to slow. So that's how it will say for a little while, and then basically when you leave this game and you go on another one, I mean, it might not be right now, but like maybe in like a minute or two, you'll literally rotate the area to a different area. So it won't be Lower Kuros anymore. It'll be like whatever the next place is. So it actually might be Travancore, which if that's truly the case, we may have to hang out here for a minute. Because could you imagine a Hork Barb in a terrorized Travancore? You're absolutely going to get so many fucking drops, it's going to be insane. I don't know if it's like a linear rotation or what, but I don't know. It'll make you log on if you could. There'll be bots that'll tell you like on the Discord channels like what area is terrorized and what time, if it's predictable like that. At least it'd be kind of cool because you'd see like a spike in players like when the really sought after zones are super high level. Like could you imagine, could you seriously like think about this for a second? Imagine the Travancore Council being all level like 98 or 99 guys because of the boost in level plus their, you know, super uniques and shit like that. If you were a high enough character level, you'd basically be getting eye level 87 drops plus the Travancore Council loot tables plus level 98 character, 97 character gold and gems and runes and shit, because usually the rune tables cut off at certain character or enemy levels too. So a terrorized Travancore would be something to log into and grind your absolute dick off if you had this character class. A Hork Barb in there. Alright, we gotta check it out. If that's really where it's going, then we're gonna have to try it out a couple times. Okay, so it's still in Lower Kuros. I'm not sure if it tells you just in-game. I guess we'll just hang out here and see what it says. I don't know. The possibilities of what could happen are pretty nuts. I wonder if it rotates every hour on the hour. That would make it very predictable. Let me pull up the table of like what it actually said were the zones that it goes to, because that would help. I think it was part of. Was it part of? I think it was part of the launcher. Okay, so for Hell, you have a base of +2 levels up to level 96, and then champions get +4 levels, so they can go up to level 98. And then uniques get +5 levels, so they can go up to level 99. So basically after 94, which is when you really slow down, 93, 94, of being able to grind in any other area for experience, it starts to kick in, and then all champions and uniques basically become like the experience of like Nilithak or Diablo. That's cool. I think it's randomized because it was actually an Act 5 Glacial Trail, and then it went to Act 3 Lower Kurost. So in Act 1 it can be Bloodmoor and the Den of Evil, Cold Plains and the Cave, Burial Grounds, Darkwood, Black Marsh, and the Forgotten Tower. That's pretty cool. If you could farm Countess, why it's terrorized. There's so many ghosts on the way down through there. That'd be really good for runes. There's super chests on the way down through the tower, and then once you kill a really high level Countess, I wonder if her rune drops will go nuts through the roof too, because she'll be really high level. That'd be interesting. Forgotten Tower might be sick. Tristram's got pretty good mob density. That could be a fun area to do. And then obviously Cowls would be fucking nuts. Act 2 is Sewers, Rocky Waste, Dry Hills, Far Oasis. Honestly, none of these really appeal to me. Arcane Sanctuary would be cool, but for Barbarian that'd be really bad, because unless you're Berserk, you really have no way of dealing the damage to all those physical immune guys. Talrasha tombs. Does that mean like all of them? There's 7 tombs. Dude, that'd be the best grind ever per game. Just go in and out of those tombs, crushing those skeletons, getting the super like sparkly chests. Go to the next tomb, keep slaying. Flare Jungle and the Flare Dungeon, that'd be cool. Lower Kurost, we just saw that. That's okay. Travancore, I think, would be absolutely nuts. Durance of Hate, I don't want to play there. I'm not gonna lie. Durance of Hate, even as a barbarian with high defense and like a huge life pool, could you imagine the extra health on those little bone guys that pop? Dude, you get fucking melted. I don't think I'll ever do the Durance of Hate, to be real honest. If it's Terrorized, that just scares the shit out of me. I'm sure anyone else would be the same way. Act 4 is basically everywhere, but an Act 4 Chaos Sanctuary that's Terrorized, that could be nuts. That could be very nuts. Think about that experience. That'd be probably the best experience run that you could do over and over and over again, because Chaos Sanctuary is already really good for experience. But could you imagine if you're level 94 and you go into a Terrorized Chaos Sanctuary, every single guy would be 96. Every one of the champions in there would be 98, and then basically every one of the seal bosses would be 99. So it'd be like every person in there is giving you Diablo experience on the 3 seals, and then you get Diablo God damn, that'd be so good. Chaos Sanctuary, if it's terrorized, might be the best leveling up. Act 5, Frigid Highlands, that's cool. Glacial Trail, Bloody Foothills, Nilithek's Temple, the Halls of Anguish, Halls of Pain, and Halls of Vaught on the way down. I don't know. That doesn't really appeal to me too much. I would love to play a level 98 area at Plateau. I think that's like my favorite area in the whole game. Like visually, the area at Plateau with like the snow and the ground, and the mountain cliffs and stuff. Worldstone Keep, Throne of Destruction, and Worldstone Chamber. Obviously, those are all going to be incredibly good leveling areas, but secretly one of my favorite places to farm is like Worldstone Keep 2 and 3 on your way to the throne, because the mob density on certain rolls with the little spear holding guys or like blow dart guys, the mob density is insane, and that actually goes the same for the halls on your way to Nilithek. Some of those halls have really thick density of the dart guys, and those are always fun to smash through, so that could be good too, I guess. But otherwise, I don't know. That's the notes. See if it's switched yet. Corruption is all but dissipated. Corruption tremor strikes the crystalline passage and the frozen river. So if we go to alright, so now this is the new Terrorized zone. Actually, the Glacial Trail is really good. This mob density is much better. Wow, you can actually see the little bar ticking up. Gladius. That's good eating right there. This is where I would go. I think, yeah, Frozen River is terrorized. This is a good zone. I farmed this quite a bit, actually. War sword. Ooh, something hurt there. Yeah, dude, this is good experience for sure. Could you imagine like an 8-man team just in this area for no fucking reason, just shredding these guys? It'd be like a bail run. Be pretty cool, man. I mean, honestly, like, turns any area into a bail run because the guys will be such high level. Oh, you know what? I was thinking of not the glacial trail, but no, this is the frozen river. I was thinking of the other one. This is still pretty good though. This is fun. Check the small charm. Not that it matters at all. Diablo's invaded sanctuary, huh? Well, let's go get ourselves a an Annie on stream. I always like to go to Stonyfield. I don't know why. Hopefully that's enough jubs. Alright, so this is a non-terrorized area, so this is just plain Jane. Could you, I mean, like, think about it. Stonyfield could legitimately be an area. I come to Stonyfield all the time just to get full jubs. Like, the mob density here is nuts. This would be so much better if you could run this with like a pack of people and just shred it for mass experience gain. Diablo. My gear is not optimized. That's so funny that people sold that many Sona Jordans already on here. I guess they're all free from the ladder. Alright, we're gonna start berserking now. Oh, you son of a bitch. Give the Merce pot. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Lose all my shit, but we're gonna go.
Impossible. I can't.
Why?
I can't. Impossible.
Oh, you know what? I put it in my personal stash, didn't I? Man, that's so weird. It'd lock you out of it. Oh. Hello. There we go. Okay. Let's see if what we get is any better than that. Too much shit on the ground right there. Come on, Kane. Be a fun way to end the video. A 19-13-8. I don't think that's better. 16-19-10. Nah. Keep that one on. But yeah, guys, that's the PTR. I guess version 1 of 2.5 so far until they make other big changes, but pretty fun. I really like the idea, the fact that it is going to bring people to areas of the game that like almost never see any action because endgame they're just not optimal. They're not high enough level to get anything good that you're looking for. It's going to really make all those areas kind of shine. You're going to be able to fight some pretty sweet mob density, and then it'll honestly create like a whole nother metagame because there'll just be games where you're just going to terrorize zones like constantly for experience and like item drops, because you could do both at the same time. Like by raising the enemy level, you're gonna increase the experience and the item level drops like at the same time. So like if an area is really dense, it's gonna bring a lot of people to that zone to just tag team it. I mean, Bale and Chaos games and trying to sneak in nil attack when you got like 8 people in a game just so you can get some experiences. Probably not going to be as like desirable. I mean, they're still great, but you can have all the screen guys give an experience rather than just nil attack or just Diablo. Like think about that, because that's why people run Chaos and Bale. So I don't know. I think it's sweet. Looking forward to obviously more changes like skill balance, class changes, things of that nature. Some new rune words. Hopefully all the jazz they gave us for season 1, not just these terror zones. Even though this will make the end game a lot more interesting, because you'll just be able to run whatever the terrorized zone is and have the best of both worlds, experience and drops. And yeah, that'd be good. I don't have more ways I can fucking say that, so it's gonna be good. With that being said, I'm gonna hop off here. I am way past my bedtime. I'm an old man, so if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, YouTube stuff. Yeah, hopefully we can try and get a little bit more consistent with the video uploads. I have a 3-year-old and an infant right now, so my schedule's always up in the air, but I still love Diablo. I've been a little burnout recently of just constantly running the same area, so things like this make it really fun for me because I like to take the build into areas that you don't normally go. So as you can see, the people in the chat are basically saying that it's too easy, so they probably very well will make this much harder. So maybe it'll be like that that next level after hell, and that will be where people will have to strive to get to. Alright guys, I'm out of here. See you later. Peace.